Okay. Ow. Major ow. First off, you're probably wondering what this is. I was in a skiing accident, and I've been figuring that out offline. So today I'm going to tell you about it, as well as I'm sure you're very much aware of everything that's happening in Los Angeles, all the wildfires, the destruction, and then not to mention just the political landscape we're in. Pardon my French, but what the hell is going on right now? God, where to begin? I need surgery. I was on vacation around Christmas break, skiing in the Alps, which sounds so incredible, storybook-like, a dream. Oh, I'm gonna be in Switzerland for Christmas. Like, that sounds incredible until it's not. I don't ski often, but when I do, I remember how much I like it, and it comes back to me kind of like riding a bike, so I wasn't nervous about it at all. So the way this goes is that a series of unfortunate events just continued to unfold up until truly the day before I'm filming this. It's like everything that could possibly go wrong has continued to go wrong, and although I don't believe in God, I constantly have been looking up saying, have I done something wrong? Hello? Editor Connor here, jumping in really quickly. I'm going to be popping in throughout the video to add more clarity. But the first note I want to say is that I started a Substack, ConnorFranta.substack.com, to write essays while I'm on the couch, while I'm bedridden for weeks and months. So if you want to go follow along with my written work, go subscribe over there. I would really appreciate it. So I'm having a great trip thus far until I land in freezing Switzerland and the airline loses my bag. That hasn't happened to me in a long time, so I forget how helpless you feel all of a sudden having nothing that you planned on having. And I immediately am like, it's fine. It's Christmas. It's fine. I'll just buy new things. Hopefully the airline will reimburse me. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's freezing outside. I only have a sweater on my back, but it will be fine. I take a 4-hour train into the Alps. I wake up Christmas morning. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's stunning. I go buy some new clothes. I rent some ski gear. There's snow. It's sunny. It's gorgeous. I'm feeling hopeful. I'm feeling grateful. Everything is okay. Fourth run down the mountain, I take a sharp turn and I hear my knee pop. And although it didn't hurt, I heard that distinct popping noise. And I've had this happen to friends before, so I start to panic. It sounds ridiculous, but my life is quite literally flashing before my eyes. And I try to stand up and my knee collapses. I try to regain my self-control. I essentially scoot my way down the rest of the mountain because I had too much pride to call ski patrol to bring me down. If I'm gonna be for real, that sounded incredibly fucking embarrassing to be a little red burrito zooming down the Alps on Christmas fucking morning. I couldn't do it. I wasn't strong enough. Why? It's been 6 weeks since this happened, so I'm much more stable, almost downright funny and lively in this video, but I was so sad by how immediate the pain was, the levels of inactivity, the thought of beginning a brand new year at such a low point made it even worse. I'm hanging in there, but this has already been so hard and the process has barely begun. I get back to my hotel room, my knee is swollen, I can barely walk, and I know what has happened. I'm heartbroken. I'm like, my whole life revolves around my knees, and I think up until that point, I hadn't had that realization, or I hadn't been expressing daily gratitude for the little things like walking, running, obviously, hiking, the independence that comes with mobility. And I genuinely, my life was flashing before my eyes because that is so important to my day-to-day life, my hobbies, my mental health. Christmas Day, sobbing in my hotel room about what I had just done. And it's like almost laughable at this point because the story just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. I spend the trip in the hotel alone while everyone else is skiing, icing my knee, trying to get prepared to get on an international flight. I arrive back for New Year's. Again, I'm on crutches. I have a knee brace. I'm truly shocked at how immobile I am and how much it hurts to do very obvious motions like getting in and out of bed. Standing is exhausting. Walking around the corner to the supermarket is hard. Like, it was really fucking real. So I go and get a series of x-rays and MRIs and see a physical therapist, see a psychiatrist as well. So many of my day-to-day hardships and stressors are alleviated through conversations with my friends, family, and my therapist, which is why I'm now happy to tell you about this video's sponsor, BetterHelp. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who is trained to give you helpful and unbiased advice. All you have to do is head over to their site. You can use my link, betterhelp.com/ConnorFranta. Next, you'll simply answer a few questions. Then, usually within 48 hours, BetterHelp will match you with a professional who has years of experience assisting people with struggles just like yours. What I personally appreciate and find is great about BetterHelp is that it's all digital, whether it's over the phone or on your computer, video chat, voice, or simply messaging. It's truly whatever you prefer, all from the comfort of your own home. The entire process is designed to be fast and easy, which I've always appreciated and found to be so helpful. Now, all you have to do is visit betterhelp.com/ConnorFranta or select ConnorFranta at sign up and you will receive a special discount on your first month. Therapy has been essential for me, combating my struggles, exploring myself, and getting through the day-to-day hardships of life. I have always been grateful for it and I appreciate it now more than ever. So shout out to therapy. I say while laughing because I'm losing my mind. And the conclusion is my ACL exploded. My meniscus is torn in 2 places. I have 2 bone fractures in my femur and my tibia and just general bruises and tears on other parts of my knee. I had one doctor being like, "Are you sure you're not in pain? Because this is bad," which was not helpful. And then another doctor saying, "This is normal," which also wasn't helpful because I'm like, this is not normal. My normal is running 8 miles a day. I can barely walk 2 blocks. It's been really hard for me to grapple with the fact that I can't just push through this. I can't just try a little harder, persevere. This is something that needs medical intervention. This is something that doesn't need days, ice, a little bit of rest. This needs months and PT and surgery. And that's a brand new mental state for me to get into. The fact that there is no avoiding it. This has to happen, and all of my plans now need to be rerouted. And then mind you, while all this is happening, the fires in Los Angeles break out, which do not I am fine, my house is fine. I am not trying to, redirect sympathy towards me, but situationally speaking, I was learning how to navigate crutches in a situation where people were fleeing in their cars. I was over at my friend Matt and Patricia's house because my power had been out for 48 hours and theirs was on. So I was using their freezer so I could ice my leg when a fire broke out near my house and I had to go home on crutches and pack a bag and look around and think what was valuable to me to throw into my car to evacuate, which again, not woe is me, but it was really fucking emotionally disturbing and difficult. I just said I didn't want pity, but again, in the dark, all alone, not knowing how to use crutches, trying to put things in a bag with one it was so depressing. I was looking at myself from a different point of view, thinking, wow, how pitiful is this person? He can't do anything in the moment where he needs to do absolutely everything. Mentally not okay, physically not okay, and then forced to look around my house thinking, okay, what do I actually care about here? It was deeply bizarre. I think I'm still trying to unpack that experience because the summary is I looked around saying nothing matters here. All these possessions that I've bought and collected over a decade seemingly have no value, which is, again, just baffling. You think physical, tangible items are important until you're forced to look in the mirror and pick your life or your friends' lives over just stuff. Not to belittle losing your stuff, but more so this strange grappling with the value of things versus humanity. It's strange. Wasn't an experience I've ever had before up until this moment. And on top of all that, we have an insane new president who's throwing out executive orders like they're food orders, tearing down stability and civilization one document at a time. It's been a lot. It's been incredibly challenging physically and mentally. And I kept saying this might be the most difficult period I've ever had in my life. So I'm having surgery. I've been told I won't be able to walk for 6 weeks, and I definitely won't be able to run for 4 to 6 months. And the entire process of recovery is going to be 9 to 12 months until I'm kind of back to my normal. So I've just gone from running the fastest marathon I've ever run in my entire life. I was considering doing an Ironman this year. I wanted to do some long hikes in Italy. And now, the goal is just to be able to walk a mile pain-free. And that level of difference is startling. It's unsettling, and I'm starting to come to terms with it after 6 weeks, but I'd be lying if I didn't say it's soul crushing for me. Just a little bit of reality. I'm honestly not asking for pity. It's just been difficult to kind of accept that, and sad in many ways, because I had so many things I wanted to do and so many plans for the beginning of this year, and they've all just been kind of taken from me. It fucking sucks. And honestly, there's a lot of guilt I'm feeling because people, really my neighbors, are suffering in ways far greater than I am. I cannot imagine what it's like to actually lose your house, lose your belongings, lose a pet, a family member. Oh my God, it's been so tragic to watch in Los Angeles, and we're doing the best we can. I've been volunteering and donating. My friend Sarah and I raised $3,000, and we're going to be providing necessary items to people, the victims of the fires. But God, it just does not feel like enough. It feels like, there isn't anything you can actually do to fully help someone, and it's just a really defeating feeling. So I'm going to leave a lot of resources below if you'd like to donate or volunteer or help in any way possible. Thousands of people have been displaced and lost absolutely everything, and their lives have been changed forever. And this video in general is not trying to belittle that or trying to, again, divert attention onto me. I think the whole time I just kept thinking, people that are experiencing that in Los Angeles, victims of the fires, have a version of what I have. And then on top of that, they also lost their home. So there are these layers of difficult everyday human life that people are experiencing. And then something even worse happens. And then it doesn't, their other problems do not get erased. They still have all of those things, a difficulty with their health or financial difficulties, something that they're stressed about in a relationship, just anything. And that still exists, and they lost everything. And it's so fucking sad. So I just want to say my heart is with them. Thank you to all the firefighters and the first responders and everyone in Los Angeles who's been volunteering, and everyone across the world who's been donating and trying to help. It's really been unbelievably touching. Again, I'm physically hurt, but I will heal. Y'all know me. I'm determined. I'm going to be the fastest person ever to heal from ACL and meniscus surgery. I've been doing my PT exercises like it's my job. And I'm going to continue to do that. So yeah, it took me a few weeks to kind of get my bearings and be a little bit more stable to make this video, because I was not okay. It was, and still is, incredibly emotionally complicated, especially with the ongoing devastation that's happening physically around me. So it's complicated, and I'm constantly trying to remind myself to be delicate with myself and to go easy on myself, because life is hard. It's surely not easy right now for me or for many people, for all the situations I've talked about. So I think we just really need to be more kind and gentle with one another. I wish I had some brilliant, beautiful take, but I think this is just hard, and I don't want to flood this with toxic positivity and be like, it's all going to be okay. Because I don't know, sometimes you just need to be sad, and sometimes you just need to sit in the sadness and figure out where you want to go from there. And then hopefully, I'm confident, get back up stronger. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you super soon.